What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Underground Stars Season 4. And this is actually the first episode of 2022. And this is actually the second time I'm saying this because I forgot to record the first little bit of this. So we're redoing the intro real fast. But, 2022, what's a better way to start it off than brand new episode, Underground Stars? I wish, nothing but the best for y'all in 2022. And I'm actually here today with...
I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. My friend is always going through like these heartbreaks, and I feel like I'm her, like she vents to me all the time, and then that's like what I feel like gets put in my music is everything she's venting to me. It's always about her life. So I really didn't have like this is what it's gonna be about. It just came together like perfectly. Everything was like for the moment. I don't really like to sit there and like loop a beat and write. I'll just like I'll keep recording, and then if words work, I'll keep them. If they don't, I won't, and then I'll keep going off of that. So it's like I feel like music more for me is just like a hobby, like something I love to do. It's not like something I'm like, okay, it needs to be about this. I have to do this, or yeah. It's more just like spur of the moment. Then this was like my first project too, so marketing, I feel like I didn't do that well. Like it was just like I want to get music out, I want people to hear my voice, and so like 5 songs together and dropped it. I didn't really I obviously wrote to blogs or like sent them into playlists and stuff, but I didn't really like strategize and like put money behind it like I would now, Yeah, it was kind of like I was just like I need to get music out there and just dropped it.
Yeah. So if you were to drop that same thing again today, what would be kind of like your marketing strategies that you kind of know now that you would do with it?
I feel like I don't know, I feel like I would have to pay somebody to do that for me, like what I would be doing now with these songs that I'm dropping, just because I don't have a lot of time. Also, I don't know like who to reach out to, and I know there are people that have all these connections and like emails they can send them to, so it definitely have to be somebody that would invest and do the work for me.
Yeah, I definitely feel that because I know there's a few people that I do that I help out with, and the marketing aspect, like the ad aspect, is just crazy. Just because it's not only do you need to put a lot of money into it, but it's like the targeting for the audience.
Yeah, you have to know exactly.
The visuals for them is correct. Yeah. It's just crazy.
Oh, there's a lot more that goes into it than just dropping a song. You know what I'm like? People think drop a song and get big, and it's like that is so rare. Rarely happens because a lot of the times the songs that you think are just like popping off are really like someone is behind the scenes like pushing that song. Yeah.
And a lot of the songs that pop off, they're older songs as well. It's not like they just dropped and then they did well.
Like I said, like there's a lot going behind that song that people don't know about. Like it's not like you can't just drop a song and blow.
It's like
even though like there is, I guess, like TikToks that blow, like people will just like randomly record their like self like singing their song on TikTok and that will blow, but
especially since it's such a brand new, not brand new, but like it's still a fairly new platform. It's just crazy growth that can happen on there.
It is, and it's like I feel like it's hit or miss. It's like the most random stuff too that like that pops off on there.
I know a lot of artists who they'll record themselves recording the song, and that'll do crazy good. But then once there's 100 or 150 comments being like drop, and
then they drop it,
and then once it drops, it's nothing.
Exactly,
yeah. Interactive with them because
that's all they care about.
They want it, but
for sure
is if it has a cool video, cool TikTok to it, they'll listen to it. But if not,
and
they'll be like, oh, it's just another song.
Attention spans are so short too. It's like, of course, it's easy for them to listen to a 30-second TikTok, but then like the whole song, yeah.
It's the importance of a catchy hook. You'll make a 15-second TikTok with a catchy hook, and it's game over.
Exactly. That's so true, though.
But like you said, your songs were more like heartbreak things. Is that like just what comes naturally, or is like you spent a little bit of time going with different styles, and that's just the one that felt better
I
with?
feel like just like I feel like when I'm freestyling, there's like core words that I use, and they just happen to like revolve around heartbreak and sad stuff. So yeah, it just comes easier. I feel like a lot of people relate to sad songs. People like
Oh, no doubt.
go through heartbreak at least once in their life, or like are so sad songs are a lot easier. I feel like to write and market. A lot of
Yeah.
people are sad.
I know it's weird. I was talking. The last episode was with Danny Rome, this producer, and he was saying how whenever he makes melodies, most of the melodies he makes are like the pain piano
Uh,
melodies. But it's because that's what people eat up. That's what
really though, yeah.
everyone wants. That's what everybody likes. Yeah.
Like even when I'm looking for a beat, like the sad ones are the ones that like catch my attention, like the ones that are like down. I don't know. It's just so hard to write like an uppity song.
It really is though, because most of like a lot of the more up tempo songs that are supposed to be happy, those even have sad lyrics as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like people relate to sad stuff, I guess. It sells.
It's weird, but hey, it's what everyone wants, so might as well give it to them.
And it's a way to like, I don't know, to get your feelings out, to vent. So people use like making music as an outlet for like stuff they're going through in their life. Like I never really like thought about it from a producer standpoint, but you guys probably do too. You're probably going through some shit. You're like, I'm gonna go make a sad beat right now. Yeah.
I know, yeah, I know. There's been nights that I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I don't know. It's been such a bad day. I'm gonna just throw some like sad
Yeah.
chords on and call
Get
it a
this out of
day.
my system. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure
Yeah.
though.
No, yeah, but it's weird. It's crazy how fast that kind of sad whole wave has taken over. Just because a few years ago it was all up tempo stuff, it was all happy music, and then
Like I want
sad.
like who changed it? I feel like there has to be some artist or song that like changed switched the
It
knob.
was definitely, yeah, it was definitely. I feel like the whole it was like 2017, 2018 is like when I want to say it kind of shifted. And then we had like X pop off,
That's
Juice
true.
World pop
Yeah,
off, Lil
yeah.
Peep pop off,
Sure though.
and then yeah, it's been because I think 2016 is when like the whole melodic whole wave started taking over, and then that's when it started shifting into like the all let me put my feelings in a small melody and put it in a song.
Like I feel like I don't know, like when bigger artists are like about like those types of things, you can relate to them more because it's like they're human too. Like they're going through the same emotions and feelings as I am. They're not trying to sugarcoat it. Life is great, yeah, for sure.
It's weird though. It's gonna be interesting, especially during the whole pandemic thing. Everyone's like stuck inside, so everyone is either stressed, sad. It's not a lot of happiness going around, so it makes it even
Sure.
more stronger.
100%.
So it's gonna be interesting to see
What's coming?
how it
Yeah.
grows. Yeah.
It's so crazy like to just like see the evolution of like music through time. It's like what's gonna be like the next big thing like in a couple years. Or like I always think about like what's gonna be big when my daughter is like 18, like what kind of music
Yeah. It's gonna be cool. It's always
it
interesting.
is.
Because especially right now, it's just like there's so many different types and so many different sounds that
Just-
it's like you don't know which one of those might like be the next big thing, or if it's not even made yet. Yeah, but it's gonna be just crazy to see like 10 years from now or
is
something how what's gonna be like the new sound.
any of these artists are like still gonna be around? Like is Drake gonna be around
Exactly. It's just weird.
in 10 more years?
But it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see. But speaking of the whole future, this next year, 2022, or I guess this year, since this goes up, then that's weird. That is so weird just to think
Weird.
about.
Even just like thinking about writing 2022, like when I need to write the date, that's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have a month. It's gonna be February 22nd, 2022. It's gonna be all
All
twos.
twos. Yeah.
All twos, yeah. But what are your like plans music wise to for 2022? Are you gonna focus more on like singles, EPs? What are your kind of thoughts on that?
So right now, my plan is to have a song drop every month. I think January,
Mm-hmm.
February, and March, I have on lock like a song for. So I want to try to keep going with that. My personal opinion is like singles just seem to do better. I feel like when you have
Mm-hmm.
projects, people play the first song or maybe two, and then it's like you can see the numbers start to die down as like
Mm-hmm.
the the project goes on. So I definitely want to work on have a song drop every month. I don't know if I have like a collection of songs, maybe like a little tape, or EP,
Mm-hmm.
but something short enough to where people will listen. I feel like I don't know why people don't want to listen to
Mm-hmm.
albums anymore, but like my last project was only 5 songs and it's like the first song has the most and then it like, it slowly goes down after that. But it's like people's attention spans are so
Mm-hmm.
short. So even with like singles, my singles right now, the first 3 that I have are
Mm-hmm.
like I think 2 minutes 30 seconds, like not even long. I don't know. If people like them, they can replay them over and over, Like
Mm-hmm.
that's my plan. What's your plan? What's 2022 look like for
Oh,
you?
2020. That's a loaded question. I got a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get a few because this year I want to say 3 EPs with certain artists, and then I did a project with myself and some other people. So definitely I want to focus on the EPs with certain artists, just to build my catalog and connect with other artists. But also I'm trying to put out not only more EPs, more songs, but also just try and build the overall brand for not only this, but also my team, myself, and just a bunch of other stuff.
Work.
So yeah, it's a lot.
Cool.
I've been focusing this past month, just just stockpiling a bunch of content, just so I have if I miss a week or
Yeah,
two
you're
weeks,
ready to
I have
go.
enough stuff.
See, yeah, that's always
Mhm.
smart to do too. Like if you ever have downtime, get something done because happens like stuff gets busy. You don't know what the future looks like. So like you could be really sick,
Mhm.
1 month and want to
Yeah.
have something to be able to put out, but yeah.
Mhm.
Your EPs that you do, are you talking about like just one artist or is it a bunch of artists? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just one. Cause I did one with Who's Mercy, Tommy Mayhem, and then Slugs. And then I did a few singles here and there, produced a few singles, and then I put out the Underground Stars Internet Friends project.
It's a lot to do.
So it is, it is. But
Custom making those beats too. When
actually wasn't the hardest part because most of them, it was crazy. I was a few like I think it was last month. I texted Mercy and we had a song one off our EP hit like 1,000 plays like 2 months ago, and the beat I made for that song was actually the first beat I made in 2021, and it got released in like April. So most of like the beats that I used were like older beats, so it wasn't as hard to produce for it, but it's just crazy to think the first beat of 2021 was the first song off that EP to hit 1,000, and sounds like I made it the day of.
That's
Hmm.
crazy. That I feel like that kind of stuff always happens though.
Hmm. But no, yeah, it's 2021 or 2022 is gonna be a loaded, big year.
It's gonna be
Hmm.
exciting. It's crazy.
I can already feel it. It's gonna.
Too. I feel like you're only like what, 20?
I turned 20 last month, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So it's crazy. It's, you know.
Yeah, you got a lot of time ahead of
I
you.
know, and I tweeted this out like I think a few months ago. It's just it's weird because I always feel like, oh shit, I need to, you know, I need to do more work. I need to do more stuff. I'm not where I want to be, but then I'm like, I'm actually, you know, I'm 20. I still have so many more years ahead of me to actually, you know, do stuff.
So I feel like everybody's like that. Like I have this time clock on, like being an artist, like
Mhm.
if I don't make it by this age, like it's done, it's over with.
Mhm.
But then you start to realize like no, like we're all doing this because we love to do it. Like
Mhm.
there's no age limit.
Yeah.
We can do this when we're 40 if we want to, you know?
Yeah.
A producer, like you guys don't really have to have young or anything. So
Yeah. I mean, as long as, you know, we keep up with what's new, we're pretty much, you know, we're all good.
exactly, if you stay in the trend,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know. It's just
you'll always have business.
yeah, you know, I feel like once you reach like 40, it's like you'll either know the trend or you'll be a few months late, but I feel like once like, you know, I hit like 20, 25, I'm going to be like I don't know what any of this is, but I'm going to still make it no
Oh,
matter how
no.
confusing it sounds cuz I feel like by I guess I'll be 25 and like what would it be? 2026, I want to say. So I feel like whatever sound is, you know, going crazy in 2026 is going to make no sense. But, you know, I'll still make it.
Well, as like time evolves, you're gonna be like in with all the trends.
Mhm.
Like I feel like every year, it's not like 25 is young, and like for some reason we think it's so old.
Mhm.
Enjoying our 20s.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just got here to the 20s, so
This past year went by fast and I still got a lot of stuff done, but this next year, I feel like this year was just building the whole, you know, foundation for it and then next year gets to execute it all.
making beats for.
Um I started when I was like I want to say 15ish. Like I kind of started getting into it.
Wow.
That's and then I started taking it serious around like 16, 17.
Making beats is crazy. I thought for some reason, like a couple years ago, I was like, I really want to make beats. Like I would be so good at it. And then my husband bought me like a key lab. I don't even know what it was for my birthday. And I tried, like I really tried to like watch YouTube tutorials like on how to use
Yeah,
Ableton.
it
It was
is.
so hard. Like
And like especially when like there's a new trend and only like a few people know how to make that sound, you're like I don't know how to do this. So you have to play it by ear until there's either it comes like you know someone actually shows you or you figure it out on your own.
a lot of people don't want to give up their secret sauce. They
Mhm.
don't want to show you. So it's like you gotta play it by ear
Yeah.
and try to figure it out. Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's crazy thinking about it just cuz you know 4 or 5 years and I'm now just seeing like real progress.
How long it takes. And it's weird. I'm sure when you were like 16, 17, 18,
Mhm.
like you always thought like your stuff was super dope. And then do you ever like listen back to your old stuff and you're like, what was I thinking?
Oh yeah. I
Like
got lucky though.
bad.
I got lucky because I started off the way I started kind of got into it was because of whenever Kanye released The Life of Pablo and so most of like I went through all of like listened to a bunch of Kanye songs so I got really into sampling. So I started off making beats sampling.
Yeah.
So I don't have to listen to, you know, if when I go back and listen to old beats, I don't listen to like horrible melodies I made. It's cuz it's all just chopped samples.
Cause so I guess that's true.
Mhm.
So then you're like, yeah, it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe like you know like the way I sample now is a lot more simple than what I used to because when I started, I'm like I gotta chop every single thing up and make it sound good. Now I'm like I'll just loop this part because it sounds cool.
More of what to do
Mhm.
and like what makes your job easier. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, I have a few beats that I go back to and listen to, and I'm like I can't believe you know I actually thought this was cool.
Or like you're like, I can't believe my friends like hyped me up and told me this was good at the
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
But then it might have been good at the time,
Yeah.
like old, yeah.
I know.
I listen and I'm like, no, like who?
Mhm.
But I didn't ever release it at least,
Yeah.
so
I remember The moment I knew that I was like, I'm actually gonna start doing this for real is the first time I sold a beat. I sold it to this kid in high school who I went to school with. It was like freshman year. I sold it to him for like $30. I was like, if I can make money off of this, I'm golden.
Then that's good.
And then I kept like that one kid was the only person who was buying from me like consistently. And like this, I listened back to the songs. I'm like, this song is horrible, but like I still produced it. But I mean, like the beat isn't too dated. It still sounds, kind of fine. But then after that, there was like a bunch of other people who I went to school with who were like trying to buy beats off me, and I was like, I need to figure this out to where I can, start getting it consistently.
Selling
Yeah.
them. Sell the store, sell to all your little high school homies.
Exactly. And then once I like started figuring stuff out, I was like, okay, cool. I can throw it up on a store online and random people who I don't even know can buy it off of that.
I know. That's what's like so crazy about social media now is like
Mhm.
we don't really have to work as hard as people did
Oh
back in the
yeah.
day. Like you can meet people like with just a click of a button. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like the people I did my EPs with, I all met them online. And it's just crazy to think about cuz now, we're consistently working together and we've met in real life and we've done all this.
Crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like awkward or is it like we've kind of known each other already, so
It's a little bit of both. Because we had this cool Dallas trip where it was a bunch of people who like we've met through Twitter, through Instagram, through the podcast or whatnot, and we all rented out an Airbnb for about a week and made music. And I remember I picked up Mercy and his friend AK, and then also picked up like Zero. And this I've talked to Mercy before because we did a podcast, but everyone else I'd never talked to in my life except through few interactions on Twitter. But like once we met, it was like we were friends. It was like old friends reconnecting, and it was the coolest thing ever.
yeah,
Mm.
that's crazy. And then like you guys got to all like make music
Mm-hmm.
together too.
It was so much fun.
That's
We made sure because we're planning it again for this year sometime, and it's just trying to become like an annual thing.
a little retreat
Mm-hmm.
all together.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
but like I thought I was like nervous.
Where you were?
Yeah, it was like an hour away from where I'm at right now.
That's not bad
No,
then.
because I mean we had to find a place like a little outside in the country, just because noise.
Yeah,
So, but it was nice.
because you don't know these people like you talk to them, but
It
yeah,
was it was
it's
like I don't know
crazy.
if I can if I trust being if I can go 5 nights with random people, but after like the first night is when everyone kind of started getting to know each other for real, and then it was great.
Just like normal.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Hmm.
That's really fun.
Because in reality, the way I look at it, because most of the people there were like from 20 to 30, so they're still young. So it's not
Yeah,
like we had a 15-year-old kid and then like a 37-year-old guy. Yeah, so
yeah.
it was like we were all, relatively same age. It was like 19 to like 25. We were all, had music in common at least. And we've all had prior, like,
Talk about
yeah,
that.
we've all had prior, interactions, whether online or in person. And then that's kind of what held it all together.
That sounds like a lot of fun though. Did you guys the whole time?
Did we what?
Okay.
For the most part, I mean, it was, the mornings were kind of like chill. And then we'd either have, like, eat there or go out for food. And then from, like, people were making music relatively throughout the entire day, but it wasn't until like 5 to like 2 in the morning that was just full time.
That's when the magic happens
Exactly.
though.
Yeah.
Like late at
Hmm.
night. Yeah, for sure.
But no, yeah, it was such a cool experience.
It's cool like to think these people that you met online, like you can build a with and now you guys are gonna like meet up
Hmm.
again, like plan to meet up again this year. Yeah. Be really cool.
So yeah, that's the goal. That's it's just crazy, you know. Power of social media, power of the internet.
It is crazy too. Like it's so I feel like that it's good, but it's also there's like bad things about it too.
Hmm.
Like if I wasn't an artist, I feel like I wouldn't have social
Oh, for
media.
sure, yeah.
Because like I feel like you go on there and a lot of the times it's like just like highlight reels of people's lives,
Hmm.
like too it's hard not to compare yourself to other people too.
Oh, for sure,
So
yeah.
many people you're like, oh, I wish I made that song or like I wish I
Yeah,
did that.
it's crazy.
It definitely is a huge tool
Hmm.
to be able to have social media.
Hmm.
Back then they were like walking around, you had to walk around like your hometown,
Yeah,
like
selling
hand out
CDs and yeah.
flyers, like yeah, your CDs. It's so much easier now.
You know what the crazy thing is though? Is like even though that was like 10 or like 12 years ago, you'll probably still make more money now doing that than streaming.
Yeah. Really though,
Hmm.
you don't make shit off streaming. It's
No, it
crazy.
is. Like as you know, because I'm going to school for music business, so we've learned a lot about, you know,
Okay.
streaming numbers and stuff. But as you know, it makes sense not making a lot of money off streams, but still, it just sucks.
Yes. I like, yeah, you definitely have to have make your income like if you're being serious about it off shows or
Hmm.
like merchandise or
Yeah, you need to have like
cool
streamings be like
albums.
the least of
Yeah,
it. You
sure.
have to like just capitalize
Crazy.
off
I
of it.
feel like
Yeah.
it should be more than what it
Oh,
is.
for
It's
sure.
like it's not what is it? Like 0.000
It's like
something
point
like
zero zero 0.004, 0.009 is like the standard, but it just
crazy.
varies. Yeah.
So you literally have to have millions and millions of streams to
Hmm.
even make
Yeah.
a decent amount.
It's just because the whole way, you know, each little platform is set up, they have like to have
Uh,
like a minimum amount, and then especially with
yeah.
Spotify, it sucks just because they have a free version, so they're not making as
Yeah.
much,
It-
and then they gotta, you know, have to give all the money off of like their paid and some ads. So it's just a overall a weird system.
really is. Really is. And Spotify is like the one that pays the least amount, I think.
Yeah, and it's the most popular too.
Do.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, switch that over.
Yeah, I remember I saw it. It
Get
was
out of
like
Spotify.
Tidal is out of like the major streaming servers. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
that
Tidal is
too.
like the most paying one or one of the most.
Uh, let's get over to title.
It's just weird just because, you know, Tidal is new. It's fairly new, but it's not as, you know, popular. But then again, that's kind of like the trend. The ones that don't have as many people are the ones that, you know, pay the most
True. Yeah.
just because they're trying
So
to get those
yeah,
people over.
for sure.
It's crazy though. It's
Yeah.
the whole, hopefully within the next few years, more, you know, there's more royalties per stream coming out. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how. I doubt any of the platforms will want it, but we'll see if anything changes.
Yeah, for sure. They're not gonna make as much money off of it. They're not gonna want it.
Yeah. But it's you know, it is what it is. You survive off of it, but if you're smart, you won't make streams your, you know, main source of income.
You really have to love to like make music to do it because you're not gonna see like a
Hmm.
fast outcome
Yeah.
wise, and you're not gonna make that much money. Especially now with COVID, like you can't have shows like you used to be able to like as easily.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Used to be
For
able to
sure.
do
For sure.
like little shows in your hometown, but now it's like
Hmm.
things restricted.
All right. So two things. First, have you seen the episode until the end?
I haven't seen the end,
Okay. Good.
so you have to tell
Good.
me.
Good. Good. So the way we end each episode off is I got three simple, very easy questions. All right. First one is if you could do a collab project with any artist, who would it be?
Like famous
Anybody.
too?
Any.
Oh my gosh.
Past, present, or future. Well, I guess not future, but.
Like one, I feel like to be Drake.
Hmm.
like, like he's been around since I was in high school. He's still around. Like maker.
Hmm.
I feel like, and his vocals are. I love auto tune, like smooth auto tune. So
Yeah, I can see that.
Drake.
That honestly would be just great overall, just because it's Drake. Put your name
Hey,
out there, and
yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna get out there.
yeah. All right, second, what kind of region of music, either country by country or like west, south, east, whatever, do you enjoy the most, or do you get the most influence from?
I don't know. Oh, I feel like just like melodic tune music, I really get an influence from that.
Hmm.
It's my go-to.
And then the third one is, what advice do you have for any up and coming artist, any wannabe artist, or people just getting into music?
I would just say, but like you have to believe in yourself. Whatever you want to do, do it. Don't let other people influence. Like if you have it in your heart to make a certain kind of music, then do it.
Hmm.
Risks for sure. You can't be
All
scared.
right. Cool, cool, cool. Well, this was fun. This was nice. It was a nice little chill episode.
Nice to get to know you. I feel like I only like see you on Twitter and
Yeah, I
stuff.
know.
So
I feel like this is the most I've ever talked in an episode. Just because I'm usually listening to everybody else answer the questions. Yeah. Thank y'all, everybody, for listening, watching, all that good stuff. Make sure you go check her out. Links will all be in the description below. Apple Music, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram. Title, get her money. Title.
yeah,
I
get
think
on.
I saw.
Oh,
I think on the same picture it was like Xbox Music is like $1 per stream or something.
like what?
So go,
Yeah.
everybody, go
So
cop a
go.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Go stream your music.
Extreme.
And yeah,
Seriously.
and I hope everybody has a great year 2022. We're all going up. Have a great year, and we'll catch y'all. Peace.